It looks like there's like a ghost or something behind us. Ominous red glow. Oh wait, it's just dirty laundry. Hello everybody. Hope Pennington here, and this is another Motivation Monday. This one's gonna be about OCD and my experience with it. Okay, so I don't know how OCD I am. I haven't ever been like proven, clinically proven or anything like that. And it isn't just one of those things like, oh, I like things to be clean. If you're OCD out there, or if you know anyone who is like seriously OCD, you know that it's actually a big deal. Like, it can really get in the way of living life. Especially in the ways where I have to have everything clean, so much so that I feel like I can't breathe if things get too messy. Which can be bad if you're living with people who don't feel that way and you just feel like you want to tear your hair out. And I used to be like, why don't they get it? Either why don't they get it, or what's wrong with me? But the fact of the matter is that everybody has their things, as I talked about in the other Motivation Monday video. Everybody has something different about them that makes them weird. And so you shouldn't be down on yourself or whatever, or anyone else, just because their thing is different than yours. So, OCD. All the things that can affect is not just the order of things, like things being clean and straight, but also things smelling weird, things tasting weird. It can also just bleed into perfectionism in general. So you just need everything to like be really straight and organized and planned and all that kind of thing. And when there's not, then you like really kind of can't handle it. You tend to want to start yelling at people, things like that. Mine definitely was and is stress triggered. One thing I have to realize is it's gonna happen. I'm gonna get stress triggered. I'm going to start just being a crazy, not okay with all the mess that's everywhere. What I can do personally is actually, one thing that relieves stress is going for a run. I don't know if any of you guys are runners out there, but it helps put things into perspective. Or if I work on my art, because if you're completing a certain task, it can help you chill about the fact that other tasks aren't completed, like there's a messy house or whatever. Like, well, but I did get, all these miles run today, or I did get this comic book done today. And so that can give you a sense of completion. But definitely the running is usually what helps the most, to get some fresh air and all that. Or if I have to work and I just can't work in a messy house, to have at least one clean, orderly room in order to work in. Now, there certainly are things that I have to do, like try to ease myself into working in messier environments and things like that to try to help myself get better about it. Sometimes if it's somebody else's room and I don't have to be in there, it doesn't always bother me. Sometimes it does. It can be a very off and on thing depending on your mood swings. Now, one major thing, as I've already told you, that I want to do with this series is just not so much, I'm not a therapist, I'm nothing like that. I can't really fix your problems, but I can tell you what I've been through and the tips that I've helped, and help you realize that you're not alone and that kind of thing. So these are very imperfect videos, but that's what this is all about, right? I can't be OCD and I just need to do things. The problem with OCD also is that when you feel like you need something, like you need to take a break, you need to clean something, you need a certain thing to be a certain way, to other people around you it can seem kind of nonsensical when you're okay with it and when you're not okay with it. They're like, why are you okay with it now, but you're not okay with it then? Can this be messy right now, but it couldn't be messy before? Why can this not be? And they can get frustrated about that. But don't get frustrated about it yourself, because oftentimes you're like, I don't know, I can't explain it, or it's so obvious, or But first of all, if you're the person with a friend, don't try to demand them to explain why. Because a lot of times it's more of an emotional, chemical imbalance type of a thing than a rational thing. So, there's a lot of perks to being OCD. Despite all the frustrations, because sometimes you can, if you have a lower level of OCD, sometimes you can just be a more organized person than a lot of other people. And sometimes a lot of other OCD people can love your home because it'll be so clean. Like, I love to go over to my friend's apartment who is OCD because it's so clean, and I'm just like, OCD can also contribute to things like conversation. I could be a very bad conversationalist because I would get so obsessed with finishing a conversation. If somebody starts a topic and they just forget what they were talking about and move on to something else, I would constantly be like, no, we're finishing this discussion. Like, and most people in my family didn't necessarily mind, but they also didn't do it as much as my friends. They'll just be like, oh, this and that, and then they just move into another topic. And I would feel like I can't even explain it. We had to finish that topic. But over amount of time, actually learning to let go of those things, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but learning to let go of things, like sometimes when you don't achieve a goal that you've set and just letting it go completely, or see, I'm kind of get like freaked out thinking about that, because the idea of OCD, I guess, is that I'm not gonna let it, is that when you lose control of a small thing, that your brain is telling you you're losing control of your entire life. So if I lose control, if I lose track of like a conversation someone we're having, or I lose track of like a certain goal that I set, my brain goes, your life is spinning out of whack and you soon you'll be like a fat blob on the couch with no friends. That's what my brain does. So I have to just train it to like, no, we'll just let those things go. Like, oh, I didn't exercise yesterday. Instead of freaking out, I have to just learn to let it go. And if my friend's like, so I saw this movie the other day, and I'm like, yeah, what'd you think of it? Well, oh look, I think I was gonna stop and get gas. And then they never go back to that topic. Just like, my brain's like gonna want to be like, but what do you think of that movie? But at least half the time I try to just let it go. And it's actually been really nice. Like it's actually, I think, helping me let go of personal goals is actually helping me let go of lots of baggage. Yep, so that's my experience with OCD, and number one thing that I want you guys to realize is not to think you're weird, or to think that anyone that you know that has OCD is weird. The frustrating things that come along with it, just remember, if you're frustrated with someone else, that you're just as frustrating in other ways to them, and you know, you can just both be frustrated and still love each other. Okay, let's do the Epic Hero salute. Epic Heroes. We are Epic Heroes. See you guys around. Hugs!